Hi, and welcome to Rabbit Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing an evening tarot read tonight. Now, if you've been with me before, you know that I typically do my readings during the daytime, where I can have my window open and the outside everyday life noises of, birds singing, people walking by, cars going by, letting life into my readings. But for some reason, this weekend, I have been really called to be doing evening readings. I did one yesterday on May 31st, and the energy ended up presenting itself that the collective had energy, a decision, change set into motion in May. And so today I got the distinct feeling that I needed to do a reading for June, specifically for this kind of latter half of June. I'm feeling very specifically from the time periods of June 15th to about June 25th. Now, give or take some days, it could be June 12th, it could be June 29th, but there's something in kind of the latter half of June that is I don't want to say instigating change, but there's something about change coming through for the collective. Specifically, change coming through for the collective in regards to life, love, your living situation, maybe your job, but life, love, and living situation. That's what I'm hearing. So if you've been thinking about that, if that has been at the forefront of your mind, this may be the reading for you. We're just going to get into it. Normally I have a tarot intro, but we are just going to get into it. Okay, so what do we have for the collective today? So we have passion, insane chemistry. You like each other equally, and you're having fun. Now, so there's the month of June is making me feel, especially during that time period that I said, between the 15th and the 25th, could be as late as the 29th, could be as early as the 12th. But there's something about the latter half of June that is something about a decision that you make or an occurrence that takes place during this time period that I've outlined is what catapults you to a beginning, a new beginning in passion. Let it be that, you put in your notice at work and you want to move towards a different field of employment. Let it be you are giving notice to your landlord that you're going to be changing your apartments or moving out of the apartment building completely. Maybe you are moving states. Maybe a relationship is ending because it's no longer working for you, and you're already have in mind where you want to go, what your where your path is leading, but it's all being governed by passion. There is something about June between the 15th and the 25th, again, a loose range, but somewhere in the latter half of June, there's something that takes place that will catapult you and be a catalyst to where you go next, how you plan your next steps, and what your future relationships will look like. There's something about it unlocking a passion. I'm hearing freedom. I'm seeing like a bird's eye view of like a very busy city. So you might live in like, a metropolis. Maybe you live in New York City. Maybe you live in Seattle. Maybe you live in Portland or San Francisco or Los Angeles, New Orleans, Austin, big cities. There's something about maybe you work in a big city, maybe you live in a big city, and there's something about maybe even moving from a big city back home. Why am I hearing that? Moving from a big city back home, and there's passion. There's something about moving back home or moving to a smaller city, going back to your roots, going back from where you started, that allows you to access this passion. This is a very specific reading. This is not going to be for everyone. This is the feeling I've been having since this morning. So let's continue forward. Okay, so we have two cards coming out. The first one is cassette, which is outdated thinking, replaying events over in your head. So the second card that came out is wedding rings. We'll get to that in just a second, so I'm going to keep that down here. But with this passion card, again, something that's taking place in June between the 15th the 25th has to do with allowing you space, time, and the freedom to really go all in on a passion. Let it be a relationship, a passion of art, a passion of new job, but I'm feeling it's a relationship. And one of the main reasons why this is happening is because collective, you've been spending a lot of time kind of going over all the things that have transpired over the last 2.5, 3 years. There are these energetic cycles that happen when dealing with soulmate energy, the red thread of fate, that sort of thing. So perhaps you all are at the tail end of one cycle and you're moving into the next cycle, which is why this June energy is feeling like closing out one chapter and opening up. I just heard the grand finale, where you're supposed to be, whatever this passion is, relationship, job, artistic endeavor, whatever. June is allowing you the time, the freedom, and is aligning you to your purpose. And again, the reason why this is happening is over the last couple of I'm gonna say over the last 2 years, this is something that has been playing in your mind, like revisiting memories, revisiting things that you've said, done, wished, or even kind of focusing on how maybe you have fumbled in some areas, or you wish you would have had the strength to make a certain decision. There's been a lot of replaying over the last 2 years. Kind of, there have been like cycles where you'll, kind of have like a very even energy, and then you'll kind of pop into this energy where you are looking retrospectively, thinking about the things you shoulda, coulda, woulda done. But I'm going to say in the last 7 to 9 months, it has been really intense. There's been a lot of, I just heard life review. There's been a lot of life review. There's been a lot of, sorry, my words got a little mixed up. There's been a lot of reassessing the things that you've done and how the decisions you've made have led you to the point that you are today. Now, yes, how it led you to this point today has maybe had a couple of detours, but there's something about this month of June that is giving you the opportunity, that's giving you the possibility to realign things to get back on track. Because everything that you've done that's led up to this point, yes, there have been detours, but it still brought you to this point. You're still being aligned to what is supposed to happen this month. And here we come with the wedding rings. This is what I'm talking about, how it has to do with some sort of divine connection. Now, it doesn't have to be wedding rings, but it is weddings or engagement, but it is about higher levels of commitment, taking something more seriously. Maybe this is revisiting an old relationship that once was kind of a sort of casual encounter, a casual dalliance. And now looking back at this energy, the collective is like, no. This is more serious. I want to give more to this energy. I want to like level up. I want to commit. I want to be exclusive. I want to move in. This is the energy that maybe I do want to put a ring on it. Maybe I do want to put roots in the ground and see this relationship grow. Maybe I do want to be settled. This energy is one of, it feels like perhaps in the past, whatever this relationship was, somewhere along the lines, perhaps things got intense really quick. And then this feeling of wanting to be together. I'm hearing very distinctly right now, one of you has possibly said something along the lines of, once I have you in my arms, I'll never want to let go. And that admission was true. I hear that admission was true, but at the same time, that level of honesty was frightening to whoever said that, because they realized that this energy was endgame. This was where they were supposed to be, and maybe they felt like they had a lot more to do. Maybe you felt like you had a lot more to do and accomplish, you or the person you're connected with, through this admission of, once I have you in my arms, I'll never want to let you go. I just want to be with you forever. That admission was a true admission, but it also was very, very intimidating, because was this energy truly ready to go all in, right? This is kind of where we're at. Okay, so the last card we have is Coffee Cup. This is being able to meet up with this energy to kind of rebuild, I'm hearing rebuild, reestablish, to reconnect. This is what it feels like. So whatever is happening in June between the 15th and the 25th is establishing some sort of freedom or space or time or allowance for you to move towards your passion, right? It's been at least 2 or 3 years that you've been thinking on things that you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Maybe you're worried about how you fumbled things. Maybe you're worried about, losing an opportunity, whether it's job, a relationship, some sort of connection. Now, if it has to do with romance, it may have been that you recognize fairly quickly that the person that you were with, back in the day, like I said, there was this admission, again, I'm hearing, once I get you in my arms, I'm never gonna let go. And again, I can't stress enough with this wedding rings card. Doesn't have to be wedding rings, but it is the honest disclosure of a real feeling. This, whoever said that, whether it's you, collective, or the person that you're connected with, this feels like it was true. Like I said, it was very real, but it also was very scary, because it was like the feeling was there, the conviction was there, but whoever said it may not have felt emotionally ready for this. And so, again, that's kind of what I feel like is being thought about over the last whatever amount of years. Maybe it's only been months, but there's looking back on things they shoulda, coulda, woulda done with this opportunity to achieve something great, or this opportunity to be with a great love. This is what they've been focusing on. This month in June, there is an opportunity that will catapult the collective towards their passion, should they choose to go. Like, there is an opportunity, there is something that releases, I don't know what it is, it's so strong. There's something about June that is going to release the collective, give them a newfound sense of freedom to be able to pursue what it is that they want, something they've been thinking about for a really long time, something that they at one point said with their whole chest, with their whole heart, this is something I want so badly that I just want to wrap myself in it and never let it go. A truth, a very, very true truth, but also very scary for them. And so now, if they are ready to move towards this energy again, they've got to start. You got to start. Whoever this is has to start from the beginning. You have to reestablish connections. You got to reestablish trust. So let's get into some tarot. like right away. Let's get into some tarot. Tell me a story with this energy that I'm feeling right now for the collective. What is going on? What is happening in June? Specifically, the midpoint in June. Again, could be as early as June 12th, could be as late as June 29th. There's something in that pocket of time that it literally is like highlighted neon sign that there is this possibility for change, of release, of freedom, a new sense of like, I want to release my breath, like a burden has been lifted. So let's just get into tarot. Let's get into tarot. What is the story? What's going on? That is so much. But let me just show you what came out. We have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Hermit. We have the King of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I mean, we're not taking all of these cards, but I just want to show you how much it came out. Lovers, divine connection. Ace of Cups, passionate new beginnings. Four of Wands, twin flame soulmates. Hermit, deep introspection to learn about wants, needs, and desires. King of Wands, taking action. Eight of Pentacles, maybe a little unsure about whether or not they're ready to put in the work. But the Ten of Swords, the time for pain has ended. This is where we're at right now. Okay? We haven't even started the reading yet. And I was not going to show you all those, but I was told very straightly, very plainly to show you everything that came out. And so now we have the Two of Cups. Let me just show you that again. Two of Cups is being with someone who sees you eye to eye. Whatever's happening in June is, it's like giving you a new lease on life. Like, it's releasing you from something that's been holding you back from your passion. And again, it could be a job, it could be a collective, it could be an artistic endeavor. But for me, because I am a squishy love reader and that tends to come through like that, this is what it's about. It's about the opportunity to make connections with someone who is this kind of divine soul energy. In June, you will be given the opportunity to be newly freed, to be given the opportunity, to be given the space and time and the allowance to move towards your passion, because someone is waiting. Take it as it resonates. Whoever is feeling released, feeling unleashed, feeling free in that latter part of June for whatever reason, maybe, they were working a contract job. Maybe you're working a contract job. Maybe you were staying at, what do you call it? When a sublet. Maybe you were subletting someone's apartment or someone's room or something, and that those time frames have ended. Or maybe it's just time. You recognize deep inside that now is the time to move jobs, move states, move cities, move apartments, move house, whatever it is. But whatever movement is happening in June, or rather I should say whatever opportunity is afforded to the collective in June, is directly lining them, is realigning you back on the path towards this love that you have been thinking about. Whether it's you or your person, that you've been thinking about. How in the past, perhaps, you didn't recognize what it was, but now you sure as hell do, because you want to give it that higher level of commitment. You stay in this energy, or your person stays in the energy of, if I could just have you in my arms again, I would never let you go. And when they first said that, whoever said that, they meant it, but it scared them. Now, they still mean it, and they want it. They're pursuing it like a terrier. This is what they want. This is what you want. So let's keep going. What else is happening with the collective? Oh my gosh, too many. I'll show you again what came out. We have the Chariot. We have the High Priestess. We had the Hierophant and the High Priestess and the Five of Wands. So the Chariot is, there's an energy that is changing fast. High Priestess and the Hierophant, this is divine counterparts. Two of Cups. The Hierophant and the High Priestess, divine counterparts. We saw in the last glob of cards that came off, we had the Four of Wands, which was soulmate energy, which is twin flame energy. We had the Lovers, which is soulmate energy, which is twin flame energy. This energy, whatever is happening in June, you've been thinking about your divine counterpart, your connection to someone that you feel is divinely orchestrated for you, your soulmate, your twin flame, your red thread of fate. Sorry. There's been times you've been thinking about it over and over for the past 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years, whatever it is. You're ready to give them a higher level of commitment, but you got to start at square one because it's been so much time. It's been too much time. And I feel like that is why there's this weekend, there's this feeling like almost like this energy wants to expedite getting back to this point. Like they understand collective. It could be you or it could be your person, but this energy understands that we have to start at square one, build the trust, build the vulnerability, build the closeness again. But the energy that is wanting to give that higher level of commitment to their soulmate, it wants it to be expedited. They understand that it's going to take time. That doesn't change the fact that they want it as quick as possible, because I'm hearing they want to make up for lost time. Okay, so let's keep going. What else do we have? Story for the collective. Okay, so we have Temperance. They want to come in balance. Come in balance, not imbalance. It's interesting that there's that play on words. They want to come back to this two of Cups energy, this love energy, when they are in balance. Because before there was an imbalance. They weren't quite ready. Again, that I'm hearing, I just want to hold you. If I get to hold you in my arms, I'll never let you go. Very true statement. They felt that with their whole chest, they felt that with their whole heart, but they were scared that they weren't ready. You or your person, take it as it resonates. So in that way, even in that one little specific example, in that moment, during that very real statement with that real, very, very real fear, there was an imbalance. But here, this energy wants to come back because they want to give the higher levels of commitment. They want to be devoted. They want to be committed. They want to be engaged. They want to have domestic bliss with the person that they love, because they want to create the balance that they wanted to have before, but yet they didn't feel ready. Why? Why is this so intense? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's get to the next card. Okay, the Lovers card came out again. Okay, let's just recap really quick. We had the Lovers card, and then the Four of Wands come out, which is a soulmate card. Then we have the Two of Cups come out, which is like soul tribe, divine connection. Then we have the Lovers come out again. We also had the Hierophant and the High Priestess come out in a glob of cards. It almost feels like, with the way that the cards are coming out, it almost feels like this energy that I'm reading is highly aware that their person is divinely put on this earth for them to be together with. Like, I'm hearing this is meant to be. And the funny thing is, when I really step back and I look at this energy, the one that wants to come forward is the same energy that is going to be released or have some sort of event or have some sort of moment of clarity in June. I don't know why, though. Between the 15th and the 25th, it could be as early as the 12th, it could be as late as the 29th, but in the latter part of June, there is something that is released. There's something that changes. There's something that like clicks within this energy that's like, now I'm ready to pursue my passion. I've been thinking about it for so fucking long now. I can taste it. I want to give them the world. I want to give them everything. I fumbled it before and I've been thinking about it so much. And I realized that I have to start at square one. I have to build that trust again. I have to build that closeness again. I have to build that friendship again. And I will do it. I want to expedite it because I want to get to the point where I can show them like what they mean to me. Because now I understand that this isn't just someone who sees me eye to eye. This isn't just soul tribe. This is soulmate. We had the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is divine counterparts. We had the Four of Wands. This is twin flames. This energy is recognizing the importance, the magnitude of the connection and the love that they were feeling with this person. This is why they want to expedite it. Okay, so then we got the Empress. Oh my God. This person, this energy that had been thinking about what they did wrong in the past. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but they see you as Empress energy. Like, I feel like they view your energy as kind, as warm, as gentle, as like almost perfection. And I hesitate to use that word because no human is perfect, but in this energy's eyes, you are their fantasy. You may not be everybody's cup of tea, because everybody has different, styles and wants, needs, and desires and proclivities and chemistry and all that kind of shit, right? But this particular energy, you are their idea of perfection. You are their idea of royalty. You are their fantasy, or vice versa, depending on, put yourself where it resonates. Like, look at what we have. We have Two of Cups. We have Temperance. We have the Lovers. We have the Empress. We have so much major arcana. And that shows me the magnitude of realization that is happening in June for whatever fuck reason. Collective, please. If something is going on in June that you can understand or see how this could be tied to, please put it in the comments, because I cannot get past how strong this energy has been this weekend. Let's keep going. Okay, so we have two. So the first one is Three of Swords in reverse. They are over whatever heartbreak they had been going through. And let me, okay, first let's look at the other card. The other card is Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, so first, I'm going to be real. I'm hearing not just the Three of Swords, that this energy is removing themselves from pain, but it makes me feel like this person is removing themselves from victim mentality. Like, this energy is the type of person who would feel like the world happened to them, that, like they were forever alone and they could never find the person that they wanted. But then this energy, this Empress energy existed. This Lover energy existed. This Two of Cups energy existed. The Hierophant, High Priestess energy existed. The Lovers existed again. So like, this person's like, oh, why can't I find somebody? But they had someone and they didn't recognize it. And by the time they recognized it, they realized that they fumbled it. So this person, whoever this is, could be you, could be the person you're connected to, used to be in a type of victim mentality, but no more. This is somebody who wants to take the proverbial reins and control the chariot. They want to move quickly to expedite this union because they want to make up for lost time. The Seven of Swords in reverse is not playing games. This is not someone who's out here trying to formulate a strategy on how to, I don't want to say underhandedly, but like how to get what they want through coercion, through victim mentality, through playing on people's emotions. No, this is someone who's like, look, I'm done trying to play the strategy game. I'm done trying to, convince people. I'm done taking these kind of roundabout ways of expressing my emotions or maybe hiding my emotions. No, now is the time to be putting the cards on the table. This is exactly what I want to give. This is exactly what I'm willing to risk. This is what I want to do, because everything that I'm willing to do, to risk, to pursue is in pursuit of what is going to make me happy. And I've been putting that on the back burner for too long with this cassette tape because they've been thinking about it for too long. They've been in their head for years about the woulda, shoulda, couldas. Strength card. They have a newfound inner strength. And whenever I see this, there's not, for me, the strength card doesn't have a bad, reversed or upright. Upright is outward strength. It could be shows of strength is in words and proclamations. It could be this person is physically strong. Like maybe they like to go to the gym. Maybe they like to be fit. Maybe they like to be, very health-minded. Maybe they like to lift weights. If strength was in reverse, it's about inner strength. But this person has a newfound sense of conviction, of strength, of pride. And because I'm seeing the line, I'm thinking Leo energy. That doesn't mean the person is a Leo, but I do get this fiery, action-based energy that is like, yeah, I've been sitting on this for too long. I've been sitting here thinking about what I should do, what I could do. I'm gonna stop all of that. Let me just take the action towards what I want, because what I want is passion. What I want is higher levels of commitment. What I want is the person that I'm connected to, that sees me in my soul, eye to eye. What I want is my soulmate. What I want is my empress. Again, gender doesn't matter. It's just the person that connects, the person that is warm, the person that fits you. I don't know why my camera stopped recording, but going back to what I was saying was the empress, they want their empress because the empress is warm, because they're sure of themselves, because they are kind, because they have structure, because they have self-respect, because they are nurturing. Gender doesn't matter. It's about the vibe, the kindness, the gentleness, the warmth, the acceptance, the self-love, the structure, the wisdom. There is so much about this energy that they adore. I want to get clarification on this Empress energy. Yeah. Hold on, let me get my cards together. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just threw the card back at me. The Sun. Like, I don't know how many... make sure these are all in frame. I don't know how many major arcana this reading can have. This energy really and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. This energy really, really, truly feels that this Empress, this Lover, this Two of Cups, this Sun, this Hierophant, and the High Priestess is their end goal, is their finish line, is their happily ever after. I mean, Let me get a couple of oracles from like a love oracle. What's happening in June that's so pertinent to the situation? What's happening in June? The X. Healing from the past heartbreak takes time. Be patient with yourself. What's happening in June? And then we have the X. Now, this could go, okay. This could go a couple of ways, honestly. This could be that the relationship, if this person, this energy, if you or your person is in a current relationship, they may be leaving a current relationship and thus making an X of their current relationship is what releases them to pursue whatever it is they want to pursue. That's just one possibility. More though, I feel that whatever's happening in June, whatever release, whatever opportunity, whatever catalyzes them, whatever they view as their moment to make a move between the 15th and the 25th, or like I said, as early as the 12th, as late as the 29th, is moving towards an X. That, again, they may have felt like they have fumbled something really great. And they've been thinking about it. They've been thinking about this X energy. Tell me more about June. Mistakes. Yeah. The cassette tape is like replaying events in your head. And I do feel like whatever's happening in June is allowing this energy, the freedom, the permission, the catalyst to catapult, give them space, the time, the opportunity to move towards the X that they keep thinking about. The person that they fumbled, this Lover's energy, this Empress energy, this Two of Cups energy, the Hierophant and the High Priestess energy. They realize they fucked up. And this wedding ring energy, they want to be able to show, not just say, but to show what it is that this person means to them. They want to say, yes, I've made these mistakes and I'm ready to put in the time, the effort, the love, the patience to rebuild the trust. Again, the coffee cup, which is like meeting up with friends and having conversations and getting to know each other. This energy is really ready to start at square one to rebuild trust. Tell me more about June. Create a routine. Having a routine helps limit your procrastinations and gives you structure. So this says create a routine, but I'm hearing formulate a plan. So let me be honest. It feels like whatever's happening in June, it's not okay for me as the reader, because I don't know what actually is happening in June, but it seems like whatever this energy is up here that sees all this good stuff about their ex, that they made the mistake, that they fumbled, that they lost on this opportunity, and now they've been thinking about it for whatever's happening in June, this energy knows there's the opportunity coming. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what the opportunity is. Again, it could be a contract job that's ending. It could be a sublet that's ending. Maybe their lease is up. Maybe they know that they're going to split ways with a current relationship in order to make room. Sorry, hiccuped. Which means I'm channeling. So they can make room to move towards their heart's desire. And I'm not here trying to celebrate people, leaving one person and moving right on to the other. But if that's the case, it's not me saying that's going to happen. I'm reading the energy. I'm confirming. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen and there's no way to change this future. No, I'm confirming to someone in the collective who's already been thinking about leaving this job, leaving this apartment, leaving this relationship. And I can't see what's happening in June, but they right here sure as hell know what's happening in June. They see. That's why I was given the dates. Somewhere between the 15th and the 25th, or as early as the 12th and as late as the 29th. I'm given those dates because the collective, I'm confirming those dates to the collective. There's something that is either being planned, or like I said, a contract, a sublet. That time is, that's when those things end, those contract jobs end, those sublets end. Maybe they're already in communication with their current partner or roommates about leaving a situation. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. All I know is that whatever is happening in June is a catalyst, is an opportunity for the universe, for this energy to come back into alignment with what they've kind of detoured off from the past. They have the chance to put themselves back on alignment. Tell me more about June. Self-love. No longer victimizing, focusing on healing, focusing on self-love. Oh, and I just heard, this is in a reading that I did earlier this week. The best and most honest act of self-love is knowing when to walk away from a disempowering and or unfulfilling situation. They're not going to say in a situation, whatever it is, job, living situation, or relationship, they're not going to stay in a place where they are unhappy and continue to perpetuate a victim mentality. They have the power to change their situation. They know they do, and they are. This is why I was given the dates by this energy, whatever it is. Tell me more about June. Tell me more about June. Oh my God, I got two. Okay, so we'll take these two. We've got twin flame passion and romance. This energy is trying to right a wrong. Unknowingly, if this person is not a spiritual person, they are unknowingly, by righting this wrong, what they are trying to do is put themselves back into alignment with someone, a soul tribe, soul connection, a soulmate, an empress, a twin flame, a divine counterpart. By them trying to right this wrong, to be able to move towards this person that they love with passion and devotion and, what's the word? Dependability and vulnerability. They're willing to start all over again from square one to rebuild the trust, because for them, if they're not spiritual, it's righting a wrong. But if they are spiritual, they know that being with this person puts them in alignment to their greatest good. It helps them with self-actualization, self-healing and self-mastery, and they can see the mistakes that they've made in the past, and they want to fix them. June is that time. I'm going to get some communication from this energy to their empress, whoever that is. And let's see what they have to say, and then we'll close it out. Okay, first card out we have is, I want to rebuild our connection. To their empress, I want to rebuild our connection. Again, I want to right a wrong. I want to be back in alignment with where I was supposed to be. I got derailed. I got sidetracked. I let what's the word? Outside influences, there we go, get in the way and kind of muddy the waters for myself. But now I want to rebuild our connection because I understand the sacredness and the specialness of it. Then we have, you don't realize how perfect you are to me. like I said, I said about this Empress energy. They see this Empress energy, whether it's you or your person. They see this, whoever sees this Empress energy as their perfection, their fantasy, their end goal, their happily ever after. This is why I feel like they want to expedite it, because they want to right a wrong. I don't want to say desperately, but I think they are so very determined to be back on track with their divine counterpart. And then we have, I'm disappointed in myself for letting you down. Yeah, they've been spending a lot of time. Again, I'm hearing 2 to 3 years. Spent a lot of time thinking how disappointed they were in themselves for letting you go. Why you even were an ex. I'm hearing that should have never happened. You all anyways. I could be here all night reading this kind of energy, but I'm going to go ahead and keep persevering through. What else did they want to say? My biggest regret is not telling you how I really feel. The flashbacks I have about us are intense. And I get very specifically. You all may have, this person has memories of looking you in the eyes and like locking eyes with you and feeling a connection when they look deep in your eyes. In addition to all the spicy stuff that they definitely haven't forgotten. Just saying. There we go. You're the best thing that has happened to me. And then the last card. Ooh, my ring almost came off. Hold on just a second. Okay, and the last one is I love you more than I let on. I mean, that may very well be the case, that they love you more than they let on. But through all of this that we just went through, they're about to let them know in a big way how much they're... Oh my God. I don't want to be dramatic or like overly poetic, but how much their heart and soul sings for this Empress energy. This person who is warm, kind, healing, welcoming, self-assured, patient. This energy right here is this energy's end game, finish line, happily ever after, perfection, and fantasy. And that is the reading that I have for tonight. Thank you so much for being here for this. I'll post this on Monday because it is too late and I still have to edit it to make sure that there aren't any weird noises in the background. But I appreciate you being here and letting me read this in a little bit more of a casual way, because the energy was just too strong for me to follow my normal format. So... anyhow, thank you again. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I will see you at the next reading.